Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time, back with the one and only Matt, the mortgage guy. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, Mike. How you doing?
I'm doing well. We are going to tackle a topic that you and I think, might actually disagree on, and this should make for interesting viewing. I really appreciate disagreement, discussion, especially from knowledgeable experts. So, why don't you actually do the whole where can people find you first? Because this might get heated and I might actually forget to ask later.
I don't want you to forget as we're fighting tooth and nail.
Exactly.
Yeah, if you're looking to get pre-approved, me and my team are happy to help. Greatmortgagebroker.com. Happy to advise and help. I think a little disclaimer, just because I've had some internal talks with my team, which is growing every day to support as many people as possible. We would love to help potential future clients. If you want to drain us of every ounce of education you can get and then go use better.com, skip us and just talk to some kid in a call center, and best of luck to you. I don't know why I felt the need to say that, but I've just we've had a few experiences where I'm protective of the great team that I have. I take a lot of pride in providing a high level of service. But we're not a functional business if we provide all the service in the world and then you just go to the 99-cent store and get your mortgage. I wouldn't recommend you doing that. But anyhow, that's enough about that. Greatmortgagebroker.com. Vast majority of people are great clients who like
appreciate the
value our
service.
time. So that's enough of that. But yeah, let's get into rates.
Let's paint it. So heading into last Friday, I was under the impression that we were going to get back to 6%. We saw what happened to housing and mortgage when rates hit 6% in June. It wasn't good. It kind of hit the mud. And then actually rates came down. Rates came down about a full percentage point and a little bit more for some. And the housing market kind of ticked up, right? July was better than June, early August better than June for sure. Well, the Federal Reserve came out and just walked up to Mr. Market and kicked everybody in the nuts. I am choosing to believe Powell at his word. That could all change September 21st.
That's right? Where I got you. That's where I got you.
Yeah, exactly. That could all change in a minute. But when I look out at 2023, dude, I got to tell you, I think there's a really good chance that we start, or worst case, sometime in Q1, we have 30-year mortgages, owner occ, best credit, best down payment, 7 with a 7 on it. And it's a fear. It's actually, I'm afraid of that because we all saw what happened when it hit 6. Can you imagine the demand destruction and the supply destruction that happens if we get a 7? It's going to be ugly. But I think we're going there. I think we could be there for 6 or 9 months. So disagree with me, please. Tell me I'm an idiot. Tell me why I'm wrong, because this is not a good feeling.
Yeah. Well, first off, just to set the table for folks, like you said, as rates have gone from 3 to 6, then back down to 5, for all intents and purposes, rough, right?
Rough.
I agree with a conversation I heard between you and the lumberjack landlord that 6% was the number where really put on the brakes demand-wise. And I even saw it late June, and I've got the metrics and the KPIs that I track, leads coming in, people interested, people applying, where late June, early July, as rates started to track back down to 5%, people started waking back up. The market's more of a buyer's market. I've got more opportunity, and rates are coming back down. 5.25 sounds okay. And so I can tell you too that I'm looking at loan officer production numbers and the number of loans that are written. August was better than July. July was better than June. So as rates came back down to 5, things got good. As of this morning, Mortgage News Daily, average 30-year, 5.96.
5.96. Oh,
we're
right
there. As of 90 seconds ago, Mike, as we're recording this, alert to lock. Rates are getting worse. So we've probably got that 6 handle as just
it's here
average.
And I thought we might get it this week. I did.
And so here's where we probably diverge.
Okay, let's do it.
To your point, Jerome Powell all the things he said, right? We will keep at it until we are confident the job is done. There are unfortunate costs of reducing inflation. I'm going after it. All of these things would point to I'm going to start doing what I've really never followed through on.
Yes.
Right?
No, I agree. Yeah.
Asking. Jay Powell been disappointing a lot of us that have been asking him for a long time. And now, heels in the sand, everybody is excited that knows that this is a necessary evil to kind of reset, correct, whatever you want to use the word for housing supply, versus demand, or at least the demand side, only side that he can really control. I think what my reluctance to say, okay, rates will be at 7.5 in 90 days because he said it, right? He said he's going to increase rates. He's going to do anything.
Well, let me play it out for you. Because again, technically speaking, or actually, I don't know, in all reality, the Federal Reserve does not set mortgage rates. They don't, right? They're not, it's not a one-to-one relationship.
Right.
But this is what I see. I see us getting to 4 or 4.25 or 4.5 Fed funds sometime January, February, March. So let's just call it 4 because it's a round number. If we're at a 4 Fed funds, my thinking is the 10-year has got to be 5.5. Could it be 5.25? Sure, right? Because all of these things are variable, again, not one-to-one. But I look at it and go, dude, it's got to be 5.5. And if the 10-year is 5.5, could the 30-year owner occ be 6.5? Sure, it could. But again, my fear is everything pulls back, the economy goes into recession, banks get nervous, and they don't remove margin, they add margin. And then soon enough, we're at 7. I don't think we're at 7 all year, but I think we're at 7 at the halfway mark. And I think the economy is in a recession. I think housing is in a depression, right? I think, because I've talked about a 30 to 50% crash. I think we get to a 50% crash in transactions when we go to 7. So I don't think we're there all year, but we're there sometime in the first half next year. And again, it's not a good feeling.
I've been busy writing mortgages, so I haven't seen all of it. But has the Fed, or have they verbalized setting a new target for the Fed funds rate?
Yeah, every Fed president post meeting with so Loretta, I forget her last name, but also 3 or 4, like Minneapolis and St. Louis, Bullard. They're all saying we've got to get to at least 4 or higher. We've got to go restrictive, and most importantly, they're all saying no cuts in 2023. Loretta came out today. Mester, I think her name is Loretta Mester, says all this call for a cut in 2023 is hopium. It's hocus pocus. It's not coming. Yeah. We have a job to do. We can't do it without this. We're not repeating the sins of the 70s where at the stop and go. We're going to beat this thing down to 2%. We're not stopped. Dude, 2023 is going to be an ugly economy. And housing is front and center. It's the most directly correlated to Fed funds rate because it's a lending-based business. Now 2024 could be an amazing year, but 2023 is gonna suck.
And you believe that even in the face of an economy crumbling, the Fed's not going to give in and say, okay, we'll give you guys a little relief. We'll give you a little.
Again, no, I don't. So my current thinking is the Federal Reserve is going to get us to 3.5 to 4% by December. The economy won't crumble enough by then. I think we get a hot jobs number Friday, for example, right? So we're going to get banged with 75 on September 21st. That's going to take us to 3%. I think we go 75, 50, 25 because we have 3 meetings left. So what does that get us to? Like that's 1.5. So that gets us to 3.75. Then they bang us with another quarter, which gets us to 4 in January, and they hit us again. So we're at 4.25 in February or March. So yeah, they might. And now we get to 4.25. I could see them stopping all year. I don't see a cut.
Anything's possible, babe.
Of course, this is all just guessing. But
yeah.
But again, it's funny. I started talking about this 2 days ago, and I would tell you that most of the replies or comments or whatever you call them in YouTube are telling me I'm an idiot. Most people think that mortgage rates next year are 4.5.
Well,
Well, Fannie Mae said they're going to be 4.5. I'm like, what the hell are they smoking?
Yeah, and that's like what I said. I was on a podcast last night with Saks Realty, and I said Zuber's 7, Fannie Mae's 4.4 to 4.7.
Yeah.
I'm somewhere in between, where I reserve the right to change my mind because
Of course,
the
more
Fed
data
says
is more
something-
data.
Yeah, the Fed says something new every day. But yeah, it's surprising, right? I'm looking at it right now. Housing forecast from Fannie Mae. Q1 4.7%, 30-year fixed rate mortgage.
Where does that? I mean, how the hell do we get there?
I don't know. I mean,
There's-
literally, the Fed would have to U-turn.
They would have to cut.
this year.
Yeah, this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Kathy Wood. We're getting a September pivot. What? How's that coming? So okay, so I'm at 7. I don't feel good about it. I don't think it's a good outcome. I think it hurts a lot of people. Fannie Mae said 4.5 yesterday. I couldn't believe it. If you were going to pick a number for an average next year, you said you'd be
2023 average. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think? Just
You're
a crystal
at
ball.
7. You're at 7.
I am.
Fannie Mae is mid 4s.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just pin myself right in the middle. 5.75.
Okay. And
Just-
again, as of today, they're roughly 6.
Yeah. I mean, I see the headwinds.
Yeah,
So
of
I
course.
know
Of
that
course you do. It's yeah.
the economy is in for something. And I just feel like
Yeah.
the Fed, as much as they talk a big game and say
Yeah.
we will do anything for as long as it takes, I feel like after a few of these hikes that will eventually hit mortgage rates, right? Like you said, it's
it
not
has
a
to.
direct correlation, but
Yeah,
it will
but
hit
it's
mortgage
coming.
rates. The economy sputters Q1, sputters Q2. I think that they, pause. I think that they still can U-turn in 2023. I might be wrong.
No, so I mean that's the key, right? In order to average 5.75, in my opinion, you have to have a cut next year. Because I think what you're saying, and again, don't let me put words in your mouth. You see the Fed going higher faster than you did a month ago.
Right.
But you also see them stopping and then U-turning faster, certainly faster than I think.
Yeah, I mean, I think that we've already seen a big pullback in demand.
Oh yeah.
And
can you imagine what happens at 7?
It's I mean, it's wild for me in my specific market, and any market who's seen this type of trajectory, Sacramento, Phoenix, Boise, parts of Texas and Florida, the slowdown feels more dramatic and stuff all of a sudden is like, it's wild for me when the list side's reaching out, right?
Yeah,
like,
the list
hey,
side.
Are you guys going to write an offer? And builders are acting the same way. It's a sweet spot to be in as a buyer. And I run the numbers every day as a math guy. Like I told somebody near you in Dublin, I have a buyer who the builder came back and is offering the place at 1.57 that they were going to buy in February for 1.8. The funny part, Mike, is I ran the math. Today's rates at 1.57, same exact, for all intents and purposes, payment as yesterday's rates at 1.8. So you got to discount it by 230 because the buyer needs an all-in PITI payment of 8,000.
Yeah, the payment didn't change. Yeah,
right.
There you go.
And if you layer in the fact that like they might not even be cool with that $8,000 payment anymore, even if you discount it, because buyer sentiment is
sure. Buyer sentiment is, yeah.
It affects the market. And interesting conversation I had recently too was that like the speed at which we're getting information, I think causes things to happen faster. And that's why the run up, the pullback, in my opinion, there were some mortgage people that saw it all happening this year. Yeah. And I won't name any names because I don't remember who it is, but like that was too aggressive of a timeline.
Aggressive, yeah.
You see it as more of a 2023 pain and suffering and higher rates, and then 2024 might be.
2024 is probably going to be a good year because the rates will come back and the economy will be healing itself. I think 2023, God, this is going to be pain. I'm not even sure I want to say this. Screw it. I'll say it anyway. I think 2023 could be the worst year of my adult life economic wise. And I've been through the .com crash. I've been through the Great Recession. I think this is going to be a combination housing depression and kind of .com with layoffs, right? Snap just laid off 20%. all of these things are kind of coming together. It's going to be a smorgasbord of yuckiness in 2023.
Okay. Yeah. Let's talk about 2023 and what we talked about, total home sales and stuff on another video.
Yeah, we'll do that next one. Well, do me a favor. Again, the one thing I want people to realize is if I'm right, rates are going to 7. If you like it, lock it today. Because rates only get worse from here for a year. Work with a professional. And if you want to talk about ARMs, because again, I think there's going to be more and more people betting on rates. Not a bet that I would make, but hey, who cares what I would do? A lot of people will. Work with Matt, the mortgage guy. How do you want them to reach out?
Go to greatmortgagebroker.com, fill out the form, and we'll be in touch.
Awesome, buddy. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Mike.
Mm-hmm.